What's up everybody, this is Monarch from Laid Back Gaming, and welcome to our review for Velocity 2X on PS4. This game is launching on Vita and PS4, and it will actually be your September PS Plus title for PS4. But it is cross-buy, so you get both versions for free. It's also cross-save. We're going to jump right into some gameplay here. Showing off the first level of the game, just to show you what you're jumping into as soon as you play. This game is easy to play, but hard to master. I will say that it's not as challenging as its predecessor, Velocity Ultra, in the sense that I don't think they're actually targeting that community anymore. They used, from what I felt of the first one, they were actually targeting the gamers that like to get a challenge, the ones that are playing Super Meat Boy and Hotline Miami and, say, Dark Souls. But this one's feels more oriented towards like speedrunners, because it has that sense, like the first one has a sense of you want to finish the level as fast as you can, but this one has it even more so. You actually constantly want to finish out levels, you constantly want to be completing stuff, there's actually a leaderboard, you actually want to beat people, and they also added this from the first one, or that was not in the first one. This is the platforming portion of the game. And it actually, so a lot of people had trouble with this, because those of us that loved the first game, we were kind of worried that this might take away from the core experience, because the first game only had the ships. So we were like, oh, well, how is the platform going to work? Well, it actually works very good. It fits right at home in the game. It feels very good. I haven't noticed any problems with it. It's very fun to play. I actually wish there would be more platforming levels. There's a couple of levels that are just platforming, like this one, but there's also a lot of levels that are platforming and ship. But I wish there was some more just platforming levels. Like, I think they could actually make a game out of this. If they do, I hope it's a spin-off, but whatever. The game, I don't think they've announced their retail pricing yet, so you'd actually have to look on that one, sorry guys. But if you're watching this after September or you don't have PlayStation Plus, I would definitely recommend it for, if it's anything under 20 bucks, even like 30 bucks, I would actually recommend this. This is very much a good game. But in between 10 and 20 feels right at home with the content that's available and stuff like that. So I want to get to let's do one of these ones. These are the levels that have both the ship and the platforming. But this game is actually, content-wise, it's actually pretty decent. It actually has a lot of content, because I've played it for about 2 hours, going straight into like each level, not perfecting anything. And I've gotten almost 50% way, so about 4 hours, which is actually pretty good for a title like this. And if you're wondering what that means, that's like, what I mean by that is a title that is like arcadey, stuff like that. Usually these games last maybe an hour, but you want to keep completing. Like, you can keep going through the scores, so this can last you way more than the 4 hours it takes to beat, or that it potentially takes to beat. But the 4 hours is still actually very good for this type of game. The game is made by Future Lab Entertainment. They also brought to you guys Surge Deluxe and Velocity Ultra, which is this one's predecessor, and they also made Coconut Dodge. I'm probably forgetting a couple of titles there, like, but I think, no, they made Field Trip and Beats, Sliders, all Vita games, which I've played all of them except for Beats, but I will say that this is a very good studio. I have a lot of faith in them. They're actually one of my favorite studios. They make very fun games, very easy to pick up, and I haven't had any trouble with them at all. Like, they are actually very responsive to their audiences, everything like that, so I actually give kudos to them on that. That does not affect my reviews. If I don't like a developer, I just simply won't touch their game to review, but... So, as you can see, like, if you guys didn't notice on that part, they actually reuse the level, in the sense that you go into one door and you exit the same door. Like, you're not, like, that time, the part I just went through that I was, like, going through that, it wasn't actually 2 doors I went through. I actually go straight back to the very beginning of the level. And I actually love that. Like, the best representation I can give of that is God of War. They actually reuse their levels a lot, where you're in the same world for like hours, but and you keep like going through the same part, but it changes over time. Like this one doesn't change over time, but it has the same thing where you're like going from one, like you're going in a big circle. And some people might not like that because some people say it feels lazy, but I actually think it brings out the talent of the studio because they're actually using the level to its advantages. And first off, why bother making something you don't need? Second of all, you can actually change your level, or you can actually like tie your level in together with itself, and like it makes the game feel a lot better because there would actually be a big plot hole if you actually like didn't use, or if you, there would actually be a big plot hole if you went from the beginning of, if you went through the doorway and went out a different doorway and then exited out of the same part of the level. Like you'd have to leave somewhere else. So I love that. Like there's no, like it feels realistic as what you're doing. Actually, this game feels very responsive and very good. And as you can see, there's a lot of enemies. They are pretty strong if you touch them. I think these are the tanks that you can't touch, which is hard to do if you're speedrunning through it because you might speedrun past them. But other than that, the big addition they added to the game is boss fights. That was actually absent in the first game, and I will have to show you one of the boss fights here. That was absent in the first game, which didn't bother me at all. Like I didn't think anything of it when it wasn't there, because it's not like they it's not like they said that it was going to be there or anything. Like, yeah, you would think boss fights would make sense in these games, but actually the first one, it was fun without. It was actually really good without. But this one shows that they actually do make boss fights, and I will say that they're very good at it. Boss fights come out really nice. They're really fun to play. And actually, what I've noticed is you can see that it says glaive in the beginning of the boss fight. If you notice that, each boss fight is actually the same enemy. Well, how then people might say, well, why would that be fun if you're playing through the same enemy each time? Well, that's because he gets stronger. This one, he has his little minions and he has his shielding, but in the next boss fight, I believe he has more weapons and he has more minions and stuff, and he's actually stronger to account for your new weapons. Because like right now, my weapons, I shouldn't have these weapons. Or if you're playing it from the first time, you wouldn't have the weapons I do. My weapon system, my actual guns are updated instead of the bombs, I believe. No, I added bombs. I don't think I had bombs the first time I played it. As you can see, the bombs do a lot to them. But as I've mentioned, that this game feels more towards speedrunners now. And some of you might say that that's a bad thing, that they're taking away from their old audience. But it's not that they're taking away from their old audience, because the game's still fun to play for anyone. But now it's easier to pick up and play for more people, because if you're challenging the people that like a challenge, some people won't like to play because, hey, it's too hard for them. Like, Velocity Ultra was difficult as hell. I didn't want to go for the platinum on the game because, wow, that thing was hard. This one, on the other hand, this one is actually really fun to play, really easy to play. Like, there is some difficulty when you're perfecting levels and stuff, but other than that, like, it's perfect to play. It's easy to play. So, I actually may go for the platinum on this one, but I think that's all I have to talk about right now. Oh, I'll show you the leaderboards and stuff, like, now they added that you can challenge your friends and you can share on Facebook. And then look at the UI. The UI is amazing. Like all your menu system is right there on any screen. It feels great. Like you don't have to go to a main menu every time you want to do something. You have your flight computer like in the past game where you see all your like intel, stuff like that. You actually have bonuses. I'm guessing that's like the mini games that were in the last one. And you have concept art, which you have to unlock. You also have your stats. Like see, I've played for a total of almost 2 hours. Your credits, your progress through the game. You have your calculator. Also, you have your leaderboards. So you can see there's global. Oh, look at that. That's changed since the last time I played. But you have your global leaderboards, and then you have your friends leaderboards. So as you can see, you'll have your friends stacked up and everything right there, and then your global right here. And then also you have your notification wall showing what your friends have been doing. This is actually amazing. Like, they didn't have most of the stuff, like, it's very social now. and it actually feels good. And as you can see, like moving in between menus is very responsive. It's very fast. Like this game, just everything's fast, and I actually love that. So my final score, I'm gonna say, is an A. Straight, it's an A, not an A plus because there is some improvements, like I said, that need to be done, but A overall. I will recommend it to anyone that's looking to buy or that's just into arcade games in general. And since you're getting on PS Plus, you might as well give it a free download anyways, right? But anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Hit me up on Twitter if you have any questions. It's at Monarch1497. It's also in the description with the Twitch. And remember to subscribe if you enjoyed yourself, and for more reviews and content coming at you from your laid-back gamers. Take care, everyone.